Hello my learners, my name is Teacher Jonathan. Welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. In our grade 4 Science and Technology lesson, today we'll look on environment as our main strand. Our sub-strand is water pollution. Under water pollution, today we'll look at effects of water pollution on non-living things. In our previous lesson, we said water pollution affects both living and non-living things, and we have learned on how water pollution affects plants and animals. Previous on plants, we said water pollution has great effect to the plant, and in pairs I would want us we remind ourselves on what we said or what we learned from our discussion about water pollution on plants. From Jane, what did we say? Water pollution affects plants in which way? We said acid rain, once it falls or it rains on plants, it scorches because it does not support plant's growth, so it scorches the plant and thus the plant will die. And that was very, very correct. And from you, John, what did we learn about effects of air pollution, water pollution on plants? We said what? Water pollution on plants, when oil spills in, the oil spillage pours in water, it covers the water surface. So once it covers the water surface, no air, sunlight entering the water. And we said there are aquatic plants which grow in waters like water lily. So this will harbor or it will interfere with making our plants food, that is photosynthesis. Those are some of examples that we laid out. Then today, in our pair still, we impact on the effects of water pollution on non-living things. And non-living things, they include soil, rocks, stones. They are examples of non-living things. I would like us to discuss what are some of the effects on non-living things. As we focus and observe the picture that we have here with us today, observe on this picture, what can you see in your pairs? Victoria, you can see soil with dying plants. Soil with dying plants. On top of that soil, what can you see? There is oil spillage. That is correct. So, in short, what are we trying to summarize, John? Victoria is saying this: once the oil has been spilled on soil, it covers the topsoil. So once it covers, no air will enter in. So that means the plants are not breathing. So their root areas have been blocked. So the plant is dying because of what? Of lack of enough air, and that is correct. And now in our groups, let us discuss more on effects of water pollution on non-living things. And more specific is we'll look at soil. What effect does water pollution has on soil? From Wangari, acid rain that pours on soil, remember it does not support any plant growth, so it is not suitable for cultivation. So we say acidic rain will once it pours on soil, it will make that soil unproductive, so it will not be good for cultivation. That is effect number one. Effect number two, from Tom, excessive use of farm chemicals will make the soil less productive. That is correct. When we use a lot of chemicals, farm chemicals, or excessive use of them will make that soil unproductive. So the plants that will grow from that soil, they will not be productive. So that is because of the effect of excessive use of farm chemicals. And these farm chemicals are in water form. Then from John, oil spillage blocks air from reaching the soil. So once you spill from our picture, we had seen oil spillage that affected the soil, that affected the plant. And in our case, we say once it blocks, remember there are small animals who hibernate inside the soil, who live under the soil. And these animals, they need air to breathe. So once the oil has been spilled, it means it has covered the air pores. So air is not entering through the soil. So those lives of those animals is at stake, and they will lead to them dying. So oil spillage on soil prevents air from entering the soil. And what is the final product? Animals living in soil will die. Why have they died? It's because of the oil spillage. Those are some of the effects that we have looked from the effects of water pollution on non-living things. And this is our activity for today. As we reflect on our lesson, effects of water pollution on living and non-living things, effects of water pollution, an activity for us. I would like us to identify the more effects of water pollution from our environment. And this environment, now when you go home, what effects can you see as a result of water pollution from our environment near our homes? What are the effects? Make sure you take photos. There could be some of these we have learned either from plants, soil, or animals. Take photos of them. And this marks the end of our lesson for today.